Hello, Body Sculpting Club. This is Selma Batiste. Um, here to answer a question for my boy Dre Blue, new member to the club. Dre Blue asks, how many times a day do I need to work out? And what time do I have to stop eating? And could you give a start? Could you give a start off list? Thanks. All right. Well, to address the first part of your question, Dre Blue, how many times how many times a day do I need to work out? It depends on your goal. If you're trying to gain muscle, which is mostly overall goals to get a little bit bigger, increase your muscularity, you want to work out at least one time a day. Let me not say at least one time a day. It's best to work out one time a day. Anything more, you're going to be burning off a lot of calories. So anything more, you're going to be burning off a lot of calories, and it's not going to be conducive to your repair because you need time to repair. So once you go into the gym, you work out, you want to do major muscle groups, compound movements, basically unit muscles like deadlift, squats, bench, shoulder press. These things are going to pull-ups, pull downs. These things are going to work the majority of your muscles, and till you get some thickness and a little bit of size and strength, and you want to always increase in weight. So, don't start out with something that's very heavy. Don't start out with, you see guys going to the gym and putting on a whole lot of weight, and then they're usually stuck at that weight. They come in and they put on like 225 and they do all four sets with 225, and you see them 4 weeks from now and they're doing the same thing. They hadn't gotten any growth. So you want to start out with a little bit lower weight, do 15 to warm up, something that you can do 15 to 20 with. So I would say start out with something around 60% of your max weight and go up, go up accordingly. Shoulders, when you start out same way, all exercises do that pyramid scheme. With shoulders, you're going to have just a smaller muscle, so you may only be able to go up by 5 pounds, more than likely. And concentrate on one muscle group at a time. Like you go in, you're trying to gain size, work your chest. You got inclines for upper pectoral, then you have declines for lower, and then flat. The first thing you should always work on is flat. Warm up first, then work flats. Then when you get a little bit more advanced, you get stronger, your dorsal go up, and your stamina you'll be able to do at times flats where you're doing the majority of your weight, majority of your weight compound movement in the bench, and then you'll be able to go up into the incline and decline. You're not gonna be able to bench as much in incline and decline as you are gonna be able to bench in flats to start out with. So don't try. Um, you know, do barbell movements first, and then move to dumbbells if you wanna, you know, if you kind of want to get some even, get an even build and make both muscles work independently. It's going to be really hard after you finish working out your compound movements with barbell in order to go straight to dumbbells. So don't try to go to dumbbells as a mean of gaining size, but more so to work the arterial muscles and give some type of symmetry. So work with a lower weight and a little bit higher rep so you can get that good pump and full extension. As far as stop eating, look, depends how long you're up. I try to stop eating at least about an hour to 45 minutes before I go to bed. Honestly, my burn rate with carbs and calories and stuff right now is really high. So if you're going to gain muscle, what you want to do is eat the majority of your protein after your workout and prior to going to bed. So you don't want to eat your protein, especially if you're doing some substitute protein like whey. But I mean meats and things of that nature, the whole foods. Stick to those things. In between, you can take whey protein anytime. Just don't take it at least an hour before bed because you're going to get gas. it's not gonna digest right. It's just a waste of protein actually. Make sure don't skip on your carbs. Try to start out with a 40-40 ratio, 40% carbs, 40% protein, and let the other 20% be fat, and you should be fine. Compound movements, work out about 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week to begin with. Doing chest one day, back the next day, legs the next day. Then you can do some deadlifts. Some people split up deadlifts and squats. So I would stay those compound moves like deadlifts and squats, but try to break them up where you're doing squats, leg extensions, leg curls on one day, and then you can do deadlifts on the next day, which is going to target more your lower back, glutes, quads and hamstrings, but they're going to be moving together. You're going to have a lot of heavy lower back workout with the deadlifts. Okay. It's pretty much it. With the shoulders, you push. You got to remember that you're working your shoulders when you're working your chest, and also when you're working your back. You're working your rear delts a lot of times. So if you pre-fatigue them, you do shoulders before you do bench, you're never going to really get a big gain on bench and a lot of size in your chest. Your shoulders will start overpowering your chest, and that's something you kind of don't want to do, because it creates bad habits for one, and then it's hard to develop the chest later on because you're so used to getting your shoulders involved. So try to concentrate on doing the bigger muscles first, the chest, the back, and the legs, and then the smaller muscles like the shoulders later on. And that way you can really fatigue them. The key is, for one, put your calories in. The more calories you put in, the more you're going to weigh, because you're carrying more. And in order to keep the majority of calories, you're going to have to tear down the muscle tissue to its maximum, not hurting yourself, but tearing it down to its maximum, and then resting and repair. Rest is the most important thing in growth. When I was a teenager, I used to sleep, come home for football practice, worked out and everything, eat and sleep, and didn't want to get up. And the weekends, shut down on the weekends. If you're not working out, try to make your workouts during the week. And on the weekends when you're not working, just shut down. You're not in school and stuff like that. Shut down and get you some sleep. Spend an extra hour, hour or two sleeping on the weekend. Get up, feed, lay down, relax, repair yourself. Don't try to work out every day. And if you're trying to gain weight, definitely stay away from doing a lot of cardio. Cardio is good, keep your cardiovascular up and things like that, but don't do a long durations of cardio, because all it's going to do is burn off your little bit of calories that you have, and you'll be getting lighter and lighter. Of course, the less you weigh, a lot of times, the less you push. So this is why you see a lot of these bodybuilders and people that like to lift weights. They get happy when they get heavy, because they're able to move more poundage. So in order for them to gain more muscle, a lot of them they bulk up. They do that bulk cycle. I'm not a fan of it, but they bulk up and they get bigger and they move heavier weight, and then they strip the fat off later. But this is the method. The heavier, they're able to push a little bit more weight. Their frame's a little bit denser. The viscera is thicker. So anyway, I hope that answers your questions. If you have any more questions, please post up on the blog, and we'll get back to you. This is Body Sculpting Club, Selwyn Batiste, signing off. Peace. Stay healthy and live smart.